Hi, it's Jen, and I am coming at you with day 8 of my 14-day challenge. And how's your day going today? Happy Tuesday. I've officially done a live video every day for a week now. And so here we go into I'm going back down the hill on until my next week. I guess I'll be done on Monday. Anyway, I hope your Tuesday is going really well. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, and so I hope that you are finding some bit of, whether it be small, very tiny, or minuscule, that you're finding some value from what I'm doing here. So today, I know a lot of people are working from home, and I know a lot of kids some kids just got their break extended all the way through the school year. So I just saw that right before I got on here, and I have some thoughts. It's kind of a crazy time, but I think the big thing that we can do right now is just focus on the positives and focus on what we can do and not get caught up in all the things that we can't do. So I wanted to share a little bit with you about something that you can do during this crazy time. And the benefits of having a home-based business. There are a lot of benefits. As most of you know, I do run a home-based business. I also have a full-time personal training job, but one of the things that this time has brought is a lot of uncertainty. In some locations, some of the studios are closing down, so that kind of puts us in a position where we're not sure if that's going to happen at my studio or not. And, I'm using my examples, obviously, because I know what I'm going through. I know a lot of people are going through these similar kinds of situations too. So why is it beneficial to have a home-based business? It's not, sometimes, we say the hours. It makes the hours be better. You don't have to be tied down to an office. You can work in those small pockets of time, which is really great to have, especially if you have kids. Sometimes those pockets of time end up being, the 5 minutes before you fall asleep. But the thing is you know that you're building something that's going to be so good for your family. So if it's really important to you, you make it work, okay? Making your own hours. That's something that I love. A lot of times, a lot of people see me from my kids' baseball games or football games or basketball games or whatever, the millions of practices that we have. I'm sitting there on my phone doing work, and I find I've only had one boss for the last 12 years. Yeah, that's my husband. I make use of that time when I don't need, when the pressure isn't on me to start cheering my face off for my kids, I make use of that time working my business. So number 2, it's more time to do the things that you love. So if you are mostly just doing your home-based business, you can make your own schedule and schedule the things out for how it's going to work best for you. You don't have to go to that office from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or be there and clock out at a lunch break or anything like that. You could say, I've got this time from 12 to 1, or maybe, as I used to do it, from 1 to 3, there was nap time. And if I didn't take a nap with with Jacoby, then I would work on my business during that time. So you can really make those hours so that when your kids are up, or when your husband's home, or your wife's home, or your people are home, you can spend that time doing the things you love, making dinner together, having the family dinners, going out to the park to play catch and do all those things, be it every single one of those games or matches that your kids have, which is something that's super important to me. Which brings me to the next one. You have the ability to work from anywhere. And I know I kind of talked about that when I said about my kids' practices. I wrote this list and then I kind of did it in a different order because I like to just take a plan and say, well, what would happen if we did this a little differently? Anyway, so ability to work from anywhere. If you get to a point that you can take lots of vacations, you can keep running your business while you're on vacations if you have a home-based business. And that, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we live in San Diego, and so sometimes I'm laying on the beach, but I'm still able to work. I don't have to work right then because I can say we're going to the beach at noon, so I get my work in, at 9, but I can also still be plugged in and check in when I need to, but I can take a step away when I need to as well. And then the final, so these are 4 tips. The final tip that I think is probably one of the most beneficial from a financial standpoint is the tax benefit. So for what I do a couple of different things because I'm crazy and why would I stick with just one? But, I chef, and so I'm doing recipe development. So sometimes groceries are, a tax write-off. My, I do the clothing and stuff like that. So some of those things are marketing expenses. There's just different things. And you definitely want to talk to a tax professional about these kinds of things. I'm just saying some of the things that are more available to you, like, internet, phone costs, and all those kinds of things. All of these are there's a big tax benefit. So I talked about your own hours, the ability to work from home, or work from anywhere, not just home, but able to work from anywhere, and more time to schedule doing the things that you love and filling up those small pockets of time for, taking advantage of those small pockets of time, and the tax benefit, which I think is super important. So there's a lot of different options out there. I'm not going to shove mine, what I do down everybody's throat. I love what I do. I think it really fits me as a person, but there are so many options out there. So I think right now, especially if we're trying to think about what we can do and how we can make the most of our time, explore some of those options. If it's something you've thought about before and you want to be your own boss, definitely take a look at all the ones out there. And if you want to hear more about what I'm doing and how I've made this work, while I'm home with the kids sometimes and still working another job, go ahead and reach out. Send me a message, send me a DM, and I'll be happy to share what I'm doing. But until tomorrow, when I come back with day 9 of my 14-day challenge, I hope you're all doing well and stay safe and be kind. Okay? Thanks. Have a great night.